Greetings and salutations. I'm Ben, and welcome to the Sunday Night hanging right here on Sundays, because that's how it works. We got a special one tonight. We've got Trev. He's like, I'm doing both nights this weekend. I'm doing all the hours, working overtime. We've got Trev. And returning to the channel, someone I've wanted to talk to for a while, he says, well, just give it a couple of weeks. I got a guest coming into town. We'll hang out then. My good friend, John Deschain, who's done a bunch of gigs, and he's written music, he's covered music, he knows tone. Mm-hmm. He knows tone. So we have all kinds of questions and answers and stories and lies, and it's your job to figure out what's each.
Sure. Figure it out. Cheers, Billy.
We already got a bunch of people in chat.
I've got to say, Ben, right from the get-go, what a fucking killer intro, man.
That's your favorite. I know. When he played that, I was like...
See, I remembered last night. I remember last night's conversation. That's all I'm saying. Anywho, let's give a shout-out to those in the chat. We've got Lawrence Cash from Alaska, Zach Thong, Guitar Man 45, Ferd Burfel, Billy Baloney, Presley's California Customs, Christopher Neiman. We got Lee Elbarge. Devin made it. What's up, Devin? Who else? Thomas Santiago. Also BC Rich 581. Ryan Hall. Probably doesn't have sleeves on the shirt. Just saying. Never seen the man with sleeves. Known him for months. Never. Oh, there goes John. All right, that's fine. John was pressing buttons. He's kind of like me. Starts pressing buttons and that happens. We'll see if he returns.
We're 10 beers in.
Ryan Hall. Michael Krause. Corey's Garden. Good to see you. Rob Baker.
Right on.
Who else we got? I'll talk to each other. Keith Campbell made it. Eddie Fay. What's going on? Charles 75N. Paging Dr. Fabric. Dr. Fabric. Paging Dr. Fabric. Hip Metalworks. Cousin Doug, host of the Down and Back Cornhole podcast, the number one rated cornhole podcast, according to me.
Yeah.
Gear Junkie 35.
My good friend
Paul
Ryan.
McNary and the Cats. Le Chat. Les Chat, because plural.
Alex Radford in the house.
Young Mr. Radford. Cool. I'm still going back in time just in case. I don't want to miss anyone. Why did you... Oh, everybody was talking. Holy crap.
Do you ever want to just go to that participants thing and just read the names there? I mean, that only counts.
I'm using StreamYard chat. That's not an option, Trev.
Right.
Yep. Oh, you ate one too.
Ryan.
Hell of a rig. Ryan's got a hell of a rig. Everyone should check out OU812.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, hey, Scott Brockway. Nice of you to join us. Good to see you. Who else we got in hell? Yeah, young Mr. Radford. Terry Himes. Terry's 3Gs. All the Terrys. That's good. We like that. All right. I assume that's OU812's channel that you put in the chat?
Yep.
Okay.
I won't even bother typing anymore. Check out his channel, guys. He's really got... I mean, he's one of us.
Yeah, I got turned on to it by Trev, and, just saying.
I got to switch back over here. God, I hate having one monitor. I really missed the cockpit over here.
Yep.
Do we figure out what's going on with JD yet?
No, he hasn't come back yet, so I'm not sure what's going on. He's probably throwing stuff at this point, if he's like me. Rob Baker says, anyone else on here grab a Badlands? Right? Heard they're sold out already. How many of the 37 watching? I know, shout out RJ, Mad Raj. He was here earlier. I know he got one. He messaged me about it. The one and only Quentin James in the house.
Okay, apparently he needs the link again.
The same link.
I got to think like phone to computer to...
Rob Baker got number 45. Hey, Mesa Guitar Guy.
Right on.
Doug Strong's here.
Okay, we're going to do this where we're going to say
Monday show with Pete again, Trev. I assure you, John Deschain is here. He is coming.
your work email.
It's good to see a good crowd in here. Hit the like if you haven't already, please. Always helps. Everyone's saying hey to each other. That's good. I love it. When everyone's saying hey to each other. What's up, RJ? Other RJ. RJ Ronquillo in the house. Lucky Sevens, Alt Rock 8.
I mean, we really are kind of a family here. Let me do this. I'm going to go to that.
By the way, I don't know if you caught it, Trev, because you've been traveling. He's not at home, for those who don't know. Tom Raines, what's up? Stephen Holt. RJ put out a baritone guitar demo yesterday morning in lieu of going live. By the way, happy anniversary, RJ, which is probably why he didn't go live. Anniversary weekend. There's John. John's back.
Okay.
And RJ did a demo on this cool baritone guitar with the mini humbuckers in it. I do recall. It was cool. Oh, now we lost John's audio.
We got to do that again.
Nope, there you are. Nope,
there
you were just quiet.
RJ is the main deal, man. He's great.
He is. Just saying. Apparently, Doug has an issue with that's cousin Doug. To clarify, has an issue with Roger Sportsnet.
Yeah,
sure. He
doesn't.
I've never tried it. Couldn't say. When it comes to sports, I kind of take it or leave it. It's on, I'm going to watch it.
Doug Strong says, I think they're just gaslighting you, John.
Maybe.
So, John.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, I gathered by your proficiency of super chats during Pete Thorne's live stream earlier.
Yeah.
5-way. I didn't realize you were running a 5-way switch in your Thorncaster. I guess I'll call it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, guys.
So how you got that wired up?
Yeah, let me pull this up.
Grab that. He's got 2 Pete Thorne pickups in it. I know that.
Yeah.
And then he's got all the wiring options. Apparently, I don't know.
Let me get to a point here.
What's up, Rock Daddy?
There, those guys.
Rock Daddy, brother. Turn it up. I can't hear you.
So, what you guys see here is Pete Thorne 2. Mm-hmm. So that's the Alnico 2 humbucker and his original neck humbucker. So what I discovered, I sent a note off to Shure to get the wiring diagram. Let me back up here. This guitar is basically a Pete Thorne signature version 1.
Right.
Because I'm going to buy his second guitar. So this is mahogany, maple, ebony, right? Mm-hmm. So it's basically the same thing. So I've got his pickups in it. I've got the Thornbucker 2 with an Alnico 2 magnet. And I've got his original Thornbucker that he had in his OG guitar. What I discovered is the magnet here is not strong enough to do split. Mm-hmm. So what we've done with my amazing tech is we have done series. So all the way down here is series humbucking. Up here, parallel. So that's number 2. Number 3 is just the neck, just the neck. Up here is parallel neck, and up here is split neck. So it's your all-around guitar, right? It's a Les Paul
Yeah.
that can sound like anything, right?
Mhm.
And of
Like
course, it's got the Floyd on it. And yeah. No, it's an absolute killer guitar. 100%.
Let's see. We got a few comments here. I see Badlands look great, according to Devin. My cousin Doug says, I want to thank them, Roger Sportsnet, for ruining Chilliwack's Fly By Night by playing it going to and from every commercial during 14 hours of Hockey Day and County coverage.
Okay. I'll actually
Fair enough.
Would you look at it? It's whiskey o'clock.
Jack's guitar player. Hey, buddy. He says, Ben, yes, is that a Vox AC15 combo behind you? What speaker do you have in that combo? Yes, it started life as an AC15, but the amp chassis has been pulled from it, so it's just a 112 cab at this point. I want to say it's got a greenback in it. I want to say that. But I can't remember because lifestyle choices, John. I haven't looked in the back of that cabinet in years.
You know what? It sounds good. It is good. That's
and basically, it was a Christmas gift. I got that along with what started like up top as a Vox Pathfinder, but it's got all the mods done to it and it has no speaker in it. So you run that as a head into that, and you have a Vox combo, Vox half stack if you want. Keith Campbell's lurking while making dinner. That's fine. Corey's Garden brought home my first Strat yesterday. Love the sound. Just a mem. Nothing wrong with that, but really like it. Tomorrow I have to set it up. Should be a fun 2 weeks of holidays. Nice. I don't think it'll take you the full 2 weeks to set it up.
Here we go.
All right. Well, since Trev's in there, I can do this.
Womp womp.
RJ says, how much extra was the Blue L? Well, that's on the Fender. That's for the mic placement. Those who know. Just saying. That's where the loudness comes out. That's what the L's for. It's for the loudness.
The L stands for loudness. We decided that earlier this week.
And what is the whiskey that we're drinking this evening for the whiskey connoisseurs?
Okay.
I'm guessing it's not bottom shelf.
We have 3. Oh, no, we do have some bottom shelf stuff.
Well, okay. That's when you get into the double digits where it doesn't matter as much. You're like, tongue's numb, doesn't matter.
You know, I got lucky. I've got a guy that I go to for these. I only do this 2-3 times a year with Trav. That's a $300 bottle right there.
Holy crap on a crack. Helen. There. Highland single malt Scotch whiskey. That's
and it's twice as good as a $50 bottle of whiskey. I wouldn't say I'd spend $300 on it. But.
And I didn't, right? Yeah. I mean, I spent $200 on it. But.
Doug Strong says the bottom shelf is where I live. You're all into the carbonated water, Doug. We know about you.
What are we drinking here?
This is the good stuff.
Oh, this is the good stuff, guys.
Nice. I'll stick with my root beer, but still.
Ooh.
Oh, that is so good.
Right? There's sweetness, there's apples.
Yeah.
He's
texting me now. Oh. Sorry, Pete Thorne.
Oh, yeah, you got to reply to that.
Right.
Bring him in.
He's on the bus trying to sleep.
Go.
All right, so I should be able to go info. Right, info. There we go. And we take a snapshot, screenshot. There we go. There we go. Sure. Save the photos. Basically, for those that are wondering, we're trying to get Pete Thorne back on that pedal show, folks. So
leave it absolutely.
If you want to see That's
good.
what working behind the scenes with somebody. And there we go.
Send him links.
So you have Daniel or Mick's contact?
No. I have their moderator's contact info.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, BV. Yeah.
BV and I have been friends.
Sorry, guys. Sorries.
Yeah. Before I even started doing YouTube, actually.
Yeah.
I knew BV in the chats, before I started doing shows, and BV, long time support. He was one of my first moderators.
Well, you know what? I got to say something about BV. He is the nicest, most fair moderator out there. I know him just by chats, but we've kind of got a personal thing going now.
Yeah.
And what a great, 100%
the way
great
he
guy,
interacts
man.
with the people.
Yep, he's a great guy.
He's you can't ask for a better guy than BB.
We've got Buzz Wilson in the house. He says, McAllen, tasty. He says, currently sipping Four Roses single barrel.
There you go. Yeah.
Single barrels.
Well, go get that
back. You missed a text from Pete Thorne. Oh, you wait one. That's basically it. And Jax was asking, is someone going to call me during the show? Honestly, that was not me calling Pete during the show. I don't do that often.
Right.
Only when he skips like 14 super chats. That's when I start calling Pete during his show. And he hasn't done that much.
It was an interesting show for sure.
So OU812 is in the chat, and we had a lovely day with him. If anybody has any questions at all about a trans trem,
he's an expert.
He's got two of them, and he's sorted it out just perfectly. He really has. We spent 3 hours today talking about a trans trem. Really
nice.
Yeah. So OU812.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, he's nice. Yeah. There you go.
Devin says sucky part of diabetes, water and coffee only. Ugh, I get it. And
there's no sugar in it.
What's up, my friend? He says, I'm a moderator on 2 channels now. What dark road am I going down? Well,
just be nice.
It's one of those things. It's when you need to get a hold, or you want to get a hold of somebody, you think, I don't know how to get a hold of that person. But if you know a friend of theirs, it's a friend of a friend, and it just happens. Some moderators know each other.
And the other thing is to have a little bit of patience with guys that are from the other side of the pond. So when they say words that might offend, understand that, you know what? Oh, he's British. So that word isn't necessarily the worst thing you've ever heard.
We won't use it.
Graphite and Cigar says, if you're looking for a decent root beer, try the Boyle and Bottling Company. Good stuff. I really want to try that one. I really do. I've only ever had one pop from them. That was their black cherry, and I detest black cherry, but I kind of liked it. So I figured if they can make something I don't like tolerable, they probably.
The one thing, my boys, we go to. I've got a butcher shop out here. Hopcuts, right?
Hopcut?
Yeah. So I go in there and they cut anything kind of meat wise I like.
They grow their own cows out back.
Yeah.
It's right on the spot.
It's like a British butcher shop, right?
Tony?
So I send my boys and they go around and they get the pop shop stuff, and they always come back with grape cola.
Cherry. I like
from the pop shop.
Nice.
It's good stuff, man. It really is.
I am addicted to their Lime Ricky.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Indeed.
Fortunately, there's a dollar store around here that sells Pop Shop for it's $1.25 for a bottle. And whenever I pop in, I'll grab one bottle of Lime Ricky. So once every month or so, that's a treat. Crack open a Lime Ricky.
Okay, so if I can add something to the chat regarding effects and all that stuff, then I'm going to talk about the H90 for a minute. The Eventide unit does every kind of delay, every kind of reverb, every kind of modulation, every kind of pitch shift you want. It's expensive as it hurts. It hurts.
But it is an all-in-one, right? I mean, it does it.
And it is so good. It is so good, guys.
I'm looking right at it. It's pretty.
So I know we get lots of chat. Oh, what about the Halo? I've got got 2 Halo presets in my H90. And they're killer.
So you got all that and then some.
Yeah. So if you guys are,
I did say that, Eddie Fay. He says, does it do octave? Ben says it's the year of the octave pedal. It is.
it does every kind of octave you've ever wanted. And it does it better than any kind of pedal
right?
that you've ever heard. It really does. That is the 2023 pedal for me. It is. I cannot say enough good stuff about that. Pitch shifting, any kind of, modulation, any kind of delay, it's ridiculous. And it is so simple to use. It really is.
I was looking at the interface on his laptop the other day, and I mean, it's pretty so user friendly. I mean, they're just there's knobs, they're clearly labeled. You turn the ones you want.
Got a few comments here. Apparently, Bo is expecting his H90 in February now.
Really, Bo?
Good that he's got it back on track.
Worst.
Fortunately, February is only another week or so away. So
that's the worst, man.
Yeah.
I would really like to hear what Bo thinks about it.
Oh, U812 says micropitch detune should be stellar. Yep.
So
Stephen Holt wants an all-DOS board. Sure.
Okay, so let's go back a bit, Ben. Let's talk about the detune. So with the detune, you have 1984. So you have Panama, you have H49 back for fair warning era. You have H3000 and you have H3500. It's ridiculous. It really is. It's just stupid.
This video's got
What's up, Mr. Anderson? Metalhead Hippie, Gary. Got a bunch of people. Dakota? What's going on? Lots of people joining in. Hit that like, please. And of course, subscribe if you're new. Helps algorithms. And, talk it up in the chat, because the more the chat's moving, the more YouTube's like, oh, that looks like a happening party. Let's promote it to a fellow or two.
Manipulate the algorithm.
The biggest problem with Eventide is their factory presets. They're ridiculous. Nobody's ever going to use what they put out. It's just showing the horsepower of the unit. And I mean, for me, I've got 5 sounds and I've got so if you know Pete Thorne, if you guys have done anything like that, I've modeled my whole rig after his, because he's
to the point of ordering a pedal during Pete's live stream earlier this evening.
That's right, because he's the best cover guy ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to.
I like the idea that I'm titanium too, because who doesn't want a Klon style pedal on their board? I think everyone should have one because it pairs well with lots of other pedals.
Yeah.
Or on its own. And then you got the steel string singer on the other side doing its thing.
I mean, that's just a bonus to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I've got the ES8 switcher. So the big, switching thing. Same thing as Pete. Basically, I have the same board.
I never heard it. I messaged Aaron last night about coming on. I haven't heard back from him, bastard.
Really? Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Aaron gave me the.
Finally realized Trev's back in the other spot. There we are.
I'm in the smoking room.
Aaron gave me the thumbs up on the ES8.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's yeah, it honestly is with the H90.
Hey, Murph. Murph's on the train from Montreal to Toronto. Perfect. That's Canadian. There's Josh Tanberg in the house.
Beauty, eh?
What's Holly Lewis saying here?
Holly Lewis, sister. Cheers.
He might be near his limit of friends, Holly. I'm not sure on that. I'm just saying that may be the reason. I don't know. Graphite and Cigars was asking the Vertex SSS, how is that pedal? I want to check some of his stuff out.
anything Vertex,
Anything is good.
I will say this here publicly. Anything that has to do with that guy, I won't have anything to do with.
No?
No. He's an absolute. No, I'm not going to go down that route. He's just not a good man.
Well, there we are.
So anything Vertex, take it with a grain of salt. And you know what? I may be wrong at the same time. So
again, take it with a grain of salt.
Exactly. If you like it, then go for it.
Dakota asks, who in the chat or on the panel has or has owned a PV 5150?
I owned the first PV 5150 block logo that came into Canada, and it was killer. I used that amp for 12 years.
Nice.
It did absolutely everything I ever asked of it.
What's up, Hobo Roadie?
Changed the tubes, and it was just killer.
You see, I have the cabinet, so I kind of want the head because I like things that match.
The OG 5150 block logo head.
Yeah.
Was special. It really was. It was that kicked off all of the high gain era. It really did.
Yep. Because not everybody could go out and get a Soldano, first of all.
Yep.
Because let's be honest, Mike Soldano was selling those things as fast as he was building them, but it's not like he had a factory to crank them out. Whereas when PV brought out the 5150, it's a mass-produced, high-gain,
Okay, so let's go this far. I had an SLO 100.
Mm-hmm.
I had one, and it was not for the price. The price involved with it was $2,500 at the time, which is a joke now, right? It wasn't worth it. My 5150 did everything it needed to do, and I just let it go. There was no point.
Right.
So I mean, what are both worth?
I haven't owned one myself. I've always kind of wanted one just for the sake of having one.
Mm-hmm. No,
they have a big open grainy kind of gain to them, right?
What's up, T. Ricky?
Yeah, it's not the Marshall bark that I like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
I still think in most recent history that Germanian tone that Pete had going from that little red head was so good. Love that Germanian.
Jose modded Plexi, basically.
Germanian. It's the way to go.
Which is pretty much what I have sitting.
Excuse me.
That way.
Yeah.
That way.
OU812 says SLO will let you know that you're making mistakes. That it will.
Yeah. And the thing is, with that BE100 Deluxe, part of the reason why it's $5,000 is because it's so many amps in one. I mean, you're buying so much more than just a particular sound. If you want just a particular sound, you get the Dirty Shirley or the Pink Taco, and you have a more narrow band. But your BE100 has so many different modes. So you can make it a Fender, you can make it a Plex, you can make it an 800, you can make it a SLO. It's ridiculous.
And you know what the funny thing is I made it a old Plexi. Right? So I should have got a different amp because I don't use any of all that switches.
Right.
It's all off. I don't use any of that stuff. But
Jason Lindholm asks what software I'm using for live stream. I'm using StreamYard. Hey, Jim Cox. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it.
One thing I will say is every time I turn the amp on, I smile. Every single time. I never go, oh, it's not sounding right. And that's in live rooms. That's in bedrooms. in all different rooms. Turn a couple of knobs. It's like,
Perfect.
I can't ask. But it's Marshall. 100% Marshall.
I get that. So, Trev, you were asking earlier how my day was, so I thought I'd wait and tell you on air.
I had to wait too, so yes, let's hear it.
So, I woke up this morning in the dark, feeling kind of cold. Realized the power's out.
So
I'm like, oh, okay, that's lovely. So the first thing you do is get up, immediately walk over to the sump area to see if I have a flood, which I was like, okay, levels, it's a couple inches from cresting onto the floor. Okay, we'll see how this works. Is it filling fast? What have you? Open up the Google box here and, what's the deal? Why do we have no power? Well, apparently there was a planned outage from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Maintenance.
Sure. Dickheads, as far as I'm concerned. So I got up, got dressed, and I thought, well, I need caffeine, Trev. I need some form of caffeine. I have no power. So I made Dad something to eat, and then I went out and I got my first cup of coffee in months.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I drove down to the main road here. Paul McNary knows what I'm talking about because he's mapped it all out.
Right.
Went over the highway. I saw there was a Tim Hortons with a 30-car lineup because they had power. And I went, I'm not waiting 45 minutes for shittiness. So kept driving. Went down the next road, which I remembered gas station down here had power the last time we had a planned outage. Different circuitry. So I stopped at the Esso. And they have, one of the last remaining I've ever seen, a Second Cup coffee location inside the store. Okay. Grabbed a coffee. Big mistake. Because then we were going to see the photo finish. What was going to happen first? The floor down here flood or me flood my pants? Because coffee went right through the system. So it got to the point where I'm looking at the drain in the floor, Trev, that connects to the sump area because it's, flush with the floor.
Yep.
The water was through the grate of the drain.
Oh, crap.
Just at the point, I had towels around it to try to,
Yeah, sandbags.
Just as what do they call that? The surface tension of the water. So it was flush with the floor, but hadn't broken yet.
It's domed. Yeah.
Like literally, I'm going, I am seconds away from it starting to flood here. Okay, what am I about to do? At 1:02 p.m., the power came on. Literally at that second. I went, oh, fuck me, karma's real. Oh, boy. Okay. So that was my morning into early afternoon wondering, do I need to move the stuff? And so definitely next gear purchase is a generator, just to avoid said
it's not
situation.
A bad idea. Cheers.
And then the sump pump was acting up. It didn't want to come on because the float was getting a little sticky. Because I realized our laundry gray water goes into that as well, and probably just soap buildup. So I'm in there with that nice ice cold water coming in there, Trav. Ice cold water to clean that whole system up. That was fun. Yeah. So yeah. Then I waited for it to warm up enough that I could take a shower without it being 58 degrees in here, and I didn't. No chilly. I did not want to do that. So fortunately, Pete pushed his show back, so I was able to do other stuff. Wave your hands, Trav. Wave your hands. Let them know we're here. There we are. So yeah. So my sister and her other half were talking about getting Dad a generator for Christmas, but I haven't seen it. So I'm thinking I might just. Move something.
I bought one last year, Ben, and it, $7,000.
Well, there's different levels. For under $1,000, you can get 2,000.
Well, I just need a little putt that I can put an extension cord down to the sump pump. That's all I need to run. I don't need to run the whole house off of it or anything like that. I just
for $500.
For the sump pump. I know planned outages during winter always brilliant, eh, Jason? Yeah. And not to mention, it would be okay if it's actually a little colder because being slightly above freezing and then it starts snowing, it's all seeping into the ground, into the French drain. And I'm like,
cheers, Devin.
Devin, thank you very much, my friend. That will be going towards some form of generator power pack. I was even thinking just one of those power packs, that because it doesn't take much to run the pump.
No, you could run that portable with a 200-watt inverter. They're $80 a Canadian Tire.
Exactly. We'll figure out a setup. Yeah, see, Zach was part of it probably because he's in Quiddy West. Oh, apparently Bo got 2 at the Hobo Freight. We don't have those in Canada. Wish we did.
I had a Coleman generator, 1,500 or 2,000 watts, and my buddy had a Honda. And the difference was, like $600 versus $1,500. The Honda was a lot quieter.
Yeah.
It's going to have longevity, right?
Well, where I had to pay out the nose was for the inverter, make it quiet.
Right.
It was I could get something to run my house for $2,500, but if I wanted it to be quiet, it was $7,000. Fucking ridiculous.
Hey, Lauren, we got L. Scott Music in the house. He says, "Wait a cotton pick a minute. Whom is who?" This is John. That's Trev.
Good day.
But it's allowed, so Trev can go inside and warm up, and John can come out and smoke as well. That's why
I'm surprised he's gone as long as he has, to be honest with you.
Hey, he made almost the entire show last time, and then he finally ducked out. I was shocked that he lasted that long.
Where's Bo? Let's get Bo on here. Let's play something, bro. Yeah. Play,
Keith
Bo.
H in the house. He says, "Just another day in the life of the Grand Poobah." Yeah,
that's right.
That's the truth.
Bird's the Grand Poobah. He's the first guy to get the hat.
Yep. That's true.
See, now we planted the seed.
See, I like a couple people mentioned just getting an inverter for the van, right? I could just run the inverter, run the van.
Right.
That shit costs money. It's fucking ridiculous.
That's what the super chats are for. Otherwise, they're just going to get splurged on Gretches and such.
Yeah.
Which ain't
Oop,
bad.
Ryan's teasing with his trans trim again. Oh, you eat one too. That's going to get John's attention. Yeah, those little inverters. I got a 200-watt in my van.
Yeah, that's what they. Those little inverter. With the built-in battery system. Low power pack.
I think if you're going for more than a couple hundred watts, you have to do the big clamps on the battery versus you overload the lighter socket if you try to draw too much power.
Well, that's what they rather than just inverter, one of those power packs with the built-in, because then you just charge off the wall and it's there ready whenever you need it.
You get a marine battery or something.
Tom Lind. I use car battery / inverter to run my gas furnace for power outages.
Case in point. Exactly.
All right. You guys are giving me ideas. I will say that.
Thanks for sharing, folks.
Oh, Devin's got a Billy Duffy White Falcon, Trev.
I see it.
Really?
I don't see it, but I see his comment. See,
Devin,
not looking at the camera.
There's an email addressed down below. Can you send in a photo of that guitar? Because I would love to see that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
A hand pump? Yeah. I thought, the buckets, I tried. My legs are pretty shot for going up and down stairs repeatedly.
Right on. Devin's on the email.
Sweet. Oh, ding, 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 ding. I need that. The ding, ding, ding. Oh, by the way, we're learning stuff, Trev. So let's use our new graphics since we're learning stuff.
There it is. Nice. Oh, you got the gift too. Perfect.
Yep. All right, let's go over here. Lauren says, my new gear this week is a Boss / JHS Angry Driver. Nice. Since I bought the demo, I got both a good deal and a free battery. They forgot to remove after demoing. Nice.
Wow, cool.
And apparently Zach did not lose power today. You lucky son of a gun, you. Well, you're on the other side of the municipality, too. Which has
Holy fuck, it's cold out here.
It is. And we can go like this.
Don't let anybody tell you that this is California North. It's not.
All right. So the only email I have is a notification letting me know that I'm live. That's fine. That's fine.
There you go. I heard that too. I got so much dog hair on me.
How cold is it? Lee is asking. Here it's right at the freezing mark. Was it right about freezing there too, I would imagine?
Yeah, we're about
4 degrees Celsius, so 36 Fahrenheit for Yankee Doodle friends.
Yeah. Got a good crowd. We got 80 people watching. Again, if you're new, please subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. Helps us out.
Yeah, man.
Doug Strong says you need to change Trev and John to Bob and Doug. Well, we did a dry run last night, and they literally had 2 hosers as the name. So
pretty close.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Copyright.
And the Surrey.
I didn't think I'd do it that good.
The Surrey dinner jacket doesn't help.
See, I'm wearing my West Coast Guitars hoodie, and this thing is on point with my matching too.
Nice, nice.
But I have another sweater hoodie and then a shirt and long johns and my fingerless mitt. And I think John's wearing 2 of everything. So
I am.
Long john.
I've got 2 long johns on, 2 shirts, 2 socks, 2 everything.
Layers, kids. That's how you survive the winter.
Yeah.
What do we got? Billy says John looks miserable.
Doug, did you buy anything yet?
Electric Poop Scooper Fund.
He would have said so.
Upper Scooper. I love it.
Right.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve. All right. If I go here.
Electric pooper scooper. Now, is that some kind of catapult thing that, like, you just aim it at the neighbor's yard? And
I don't know. Or a 60s psychedelic band.
Cool.
Is OU812 still here?
I think he is. Seen him recently. Yeah. Take off, eh?
He was doing some stuff with the Trans Trem today, guys. Unbelievable. He was nailing all the Eddie stuff, like the get up and all that stuff. Like, if you can invite him in, and if he's into it, honestly,
we can't play that music here because they copyright issues.
Oh, come on.
We can do it after the show, but
He doesn't play it that well.
oh, he plays it close.
Quentin James in the house. He says, anyone else thinking Trev and John reminds me of those 2 Canadian comedians? Yep. And there's Dwight Bailey.
Love you, Quentin. Dwight Bailey. Cheers, man. It's almost whiskey o'clock again. God, it's like twice an hour.
Well, yeah, well, it helps ward off the cold, right? So Murphy comments, I pulled the trigger on a Hydra this week to match the Halo and the Echoes. Oof, that's all the ambience from Keeley.
Do you like it?
Well, we'd have to look for more.
I love my Hydra myself.
So what is the Hydra?
It's a reverb that you can do spring, hall, or plate reverb, your choice. And it's got a tremolo on the other side. Really nice tremolo. Yeah, it's pretty good. Actually, it's not really. It's pretty good. But the reverb, yeah, the plate reverb is what I love because I just love plate reverb.
Yeah, that's me too. Total plate guy. And that's the thing, you know. I sound like a shill for the company, guys.
I'm doing it. I'm on it.
Honestly, the H90 does all of that stuff so well, ridiculously well, where you don't need any more pedals. So spend the $900 and try it. And if you don't like it, you can really sell it for $1,400-$1,500 easy, because they're in short supply. But
there's Dan of New Jersey in the house.
Cheers, Dan.
Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Greg T. Tomlinson. Lawrence Cash says, wait, Ben, yes, is the Nice Drive A secret clone? I have both it and the unobtainium. Bass knob down a bit, 10 o'clock. Same. Am I lying? Actually, you are. Yeah, it's not actually based off a clone. I wanted my signature pedal to be a 4-knob Klon. I wanted my signature pedal to be a 4-knob Klon and was told, no, I don't do my takes on known circuits like that at the time. Fast forward a couple years, the Embers comes out. I'm like, I wanted that 2 years ago, but no. The Nice Drive A is the idea of a Class A tube amp, like a tweed amp.
You want an unpopular opinion?
Sure.
I love Lawrence. I have nothing bad to say about him at all. The Embers was not a good Klon pedal for me. For
you.
Yep.
It's been my fave so far.
Yeah, there you go, right? And you're running it into a Fender kind of front end.
Yeah, I really love it into a Fender. Oh,
there you go, right? Yeah. So running it into a Marshall just didn't work for me at all.
I don't mind it boosting my Marshall in a box, but then again, I haven't pushed an actual Marshall with it, so I'd be curious.
Yeah, right.
I'll have to ask Bo. Bo has the pedal, has my pedal, and that pedal. He's got Marshalls. I think he's got Embers. Could be wrong.
He Bo has it. Of course he does.
He probably does. He has them all.
Bo has everything. What do you think, Bo? Bo,
he says, I played a hotel gig and the host insisted the room be Calgary temperature. That's not good. That does not sound warm.
Is there any way you can bring Bo into this or no?
I don't have Bo's email, I don't think.
You get the big one.
Thanks.
But I'm not saying somebody's popping in momentarily if he decides to check his email.
Yeah, let Bo. If we can get Bo in here, I'd be so happy. I really would, Ben. If you can make that work somehow.
Bo, can you email me so I can reply to you with a show link if you want to jump on?
Guitar man.
What's up, Richard? Richard Nagamitsu in the house. Charlotte, represent. There's no new gear this week. Going through withdrawal. I get it. I quenched that by plugging in the VHT for the first time in a couple of months. That was my new gear, Trev, because I hadn't run the big pedal board through the VHT before, so new experience.
Perfect. I mean, for me, when I get the urge to buy some new gear, I tell myself to just shut up and sit down and play the guitar.
I'll let you in. He says, listening, but I should say hi.
No. Yeah, I feel like I need something. I turn my amp on with my guitars, hit a G chord, a D chord, a C chord. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't need anything.
Why did I need that again? You're already there.
Yeah.
What did I see here? Mr. Anderson just throwing it out there, and I agree. Says, to all my Illinois people, $29 to see Eric Johnson this March at the Arcada Theater. No brainer.
I'd be there 3 times over.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that hands down great. That's a great deal for a great show.
Hell of a deal.
Even if there's no opener, it doesn't matter.
Kids' fucking high school concert, for Christ's sake.
What's up, Milt?
I'm still sad about the Anthrax concert, though.
Tom Lind likes to point out he can multitask. He can order gear and play at the same time.
I just did that, guy. I did. I ordered it.
Well, you were watching Pete and you ordered gear. You weren't playing guitar.
Oh, did I order it in Pete's chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Because you did a super chat stating unobtainium ordered.
Yeah.
And, I mean, just yesterday he jumped on Amazon to buy an OtterBox Defender because he checked mine out and he liked it on mine so much. Oh, your phone's on the stove, by the way.
What's up, Jeff K?
Okay.
Well, why not, right?
Well,
yeah. If you're gonna have, honestly,
you see something you like,
you look at a phone. I mean, Trev's phone is what, $1,500?
Oh, there he is. Tommy. Oh, yeah, brother.
My friend. Where's Bo? Where's Bo?
He's coming. We're working on it. We're waiting for Bo to reply to Ben.
What's up, Mark?
Oh, this is so much better. I spent the whole weekend in the hospital.
What?
Oh, no.
You didn't know that?
No.
I thought you knew. I had a seizure.
Oh,
no.
brother.
Nobody messaged me.
I had a seizure and
what was the answer?
Do you have
Why?
a growing issue?
no answer. That's why I stayed the whole weekend. They still don't know, but they cleared me.
Now, when you say seizure, like, did you just faint, or did you like hit the ground and shiver and chuck about, or?
It was a grand mal seizure, yeah, while I was at work with children.
Oh.
It was bad. They put the school in lockdown.
So when it started, did you know it was happening, or you just,
No, everything went black,
Oh,
and I
you did.
woke up. I woke up in the ER, like fighting for my life. They had to, jab me with a,
Adrenaline?
lorazepam or something, like a sedative,
Okay.
because I wouldn't calm down. I was fighting them, but you get knocked out or you go unconscious, and when you wake up, you don't know where you are. It's scary.
yeah,
No doubt. Well, I'm
So
glad you're
sorry.
doing better,
But-
friend.
My MRI today came back clear, so I just got home like, I don't know, maybe like 3 hours ago.
I'd like to say that I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, it's kind of ruined my weekend, but
We're talking about plexitones. So
I know I've been watching.
Perfect addition to the
yeah,
party.
right in your wheelhouse, my friend.
I didn't.
How
I've been watching you guys the whole time. I didn't miss anything.
Ben or Tom, something happened after Plexi that just didn't work. Am I right or no?
For who? Us?
Yes, for us.
Yeah.
Once they
We
put
like
that game
that power
circuit in
to.
the 800, it was wrong, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I want
I
to
mean,
shout
for
out.
my-
We got a new name
this
in the
is-
chat.
This
New
is
name,
strictly
H8.
for my
Tom.
taste.
I want to shout out this new cat. Hi from San Francisco, a busker, singer, songwriter. Some of my favorite musicians in the entire world, right there.
Nice,
Give me a shout out.
brother.
Double H.
Welcome.
What do we-
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But are we right?
Right.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. There's nothing
Oh.
better than Plexitone.
I agree.
I
A
kind
good plexi is hard to beat.
of want your
Add
friend
volume.
Chris's.
Ooh, that's gorgeous.
Nope.
Billy
Nope.
Duffy White Falcon.
Oh,
Ooh, look at that. I bet she rings beautiful.
that's the only time I'd want to be wearing a white suit is if someone let me borrow that to play.
That
The
mid.
best thing about a White Falcon is, for Charles 75M watching, is the binding. Just saying.
Right.
Well, it's just the whole thing is so elegant, I think.
Oh, come on, focus.
Yeah.
There it is.
Hell yeah.
Boner Jams.
Good to see you, brother.
He says, is that Johnny Sins or Bent Tom? Damn it, you fine. Evening, Ben, Trev, and John. Have a great week, everyone. Boner Jams, one of the chief rabble rousers over at the Under the Bus Network, Wednesday nights.
Oh, my bad.
He's a great guy. He's an absolute great guy.
He's a big branch of the whole YouTube guitar community tree. I mean, I followed him from your show, which I followed from Pete, which I followed from Beato, into this whole other world where it's just everything's opened up, and it's so good to hang out with all
Don't
you
give fucking Boner Jams that much credit because he'll come back again. You know that.
He's gonna come back anyway. You might as well stroke him a bit.
He does like to be stroked. I've heard that about him.
He does. He does like a hand job.
Well, who doesn't?
Oh, of course. I like a hand job.
Forget about it.
Ah, here's one for you guys. Lauren says, a good plexi is hard to beat. Well, there's the Dirty Shirley with a Buxom boost. At least equal?
No. The Dirty Shirley is a JTM 45. Lawrence, come on. What's wrong with you? You got to go a small box or a BE 100 Deluxe.
I don't know. I've been playing a lot of that GTM 45 circuit lately.
And it's great. It's absolutely great. What do you think, Tom?
I like the 45 100 because it's the same as JTM 45, just more power.
Right.
But do you like that better than a SO 100?
It's different. It's a
Yeah.
it's like a Eric Johnson kind of Angus Malcolm Young, like not Eddie Van Halen. but it does this feedback thing that like what's his name from Free, Paul Kossoff did, and that Hendrix did, and that Clapton did when he was in that era, in that 60s era, Clapton. And those amps do that. Like, it doesn't even have to be that loud. It's not that much distortion, but they get this weird vibrational feedback. And vibrational is not the right word, but I think Ben knows what I mean. It's this, like, you hit a certain thing on both volumes, and it does this round thing back and forth.
Okay, Ben, or Tom, this is what happens with my B100.
Okay, go ahead.
And when I'm turned up all the way, it's almost goddamn clean. It really is. When
Charles Green in the house.
Charles,
Brother Charles.
when I go down to 7, it's dead clean, and I can get feedback.
Yeah.
So what's going on in that circuit? Is it like a hybrid nonsense?
There's just so much dynamics going on, right? There's so much articulation for every kind of frequency. It doesn't get muddy. It doesn't get mushed. It doesn't
get pressed till really late in the. Yeah. If this is the scope of like from 0, I don't know, I'm trying to do this in reverse. So it's like from 0 to fully compressed, like a real kind of a tone with not a lot of dynamics and not a lot of substance to it's going to go, okay, compressed.
Yeah.
This is going, and it's not compressing until really late.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, you turn it down to 7 and you dig into the picking, and it gets chewy and it gets all that.
But it's not sloppy gain though.
No, not at all.
It's not muddy.
You do your B5ths, your all your blues lawyer stuff is there.
Yeah.
But hit her down into an Alnico 2 low output pickup and hit a G chord, and you're going to blow a load in your pants. It's
if it's 100-watt head, like a Marshall style 100-watt head, whatever it is, or if it's a Tweed Twin, if it's a 100-watt Fender, I don't care who makes it, but if it's a 100-watt head like that from about 10 feet away, I don't even feel the need to have a delay pedal because there's so many harmonics and things going on. I'm like, wait, do I have reverb on this? I thought I put reverb in the effects loop the other day, and my son looks over. He's like, "You have nothing there but a cable." I'm like, "All right, cool. That's good. That's
the thing, right? That's my whole thing about 100 watts. It has to be 100 watts minimum. And if you have a great master volume, then great.
It creates this pillow, this thing that you don't need any delay or reverb because you get this natural
all encompassing.
It's like when you're floating with eagles, you fly. I mean,
you're never trying. You never are. You're the best guy at the gig. Always. Even if a guy has another 100-watt amp, you're still the better guy because you know how to dial the thing in, right? You're not cranking the gain. You're not doing all that stuff. You're bringing her down to this. Honestly, it's almost at full volume. I could play a really pretty G chord, and I can be almost clean. Almost. It's the air. It's the headroom. It's the circuit. That magic, pure magic. And you dig into it, right? And you got all at that gain level, you can do Motley Crue, you can do all your 80s stuff and all that stuff. You got to be a good player to do it, and I'm not. So
to me, you can't get over the volume though. You need at least some volume. Like to us, it's quiet, but ask the average mom with like a 7-year-old, it's not quiet to the average person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
my kids come in the room to talk to me.
But same with mine. Same with mine though. But like your kids even have had exposure to it around you. Imagine someone who's never been around it.
Yeah.
You know, they have a much different perception of it.
Well, my kids come in the room and they have earmuffs on already.
Yeah. Well, they're probably smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
They won't be
Okay,
deaf like all of
we got
us.
a few comments in here. Oops, go back. Yeah, good to see
ahead.
Charles Green in here, and yeah, we got Ian's Guitar Shack in here. Well, wishing Tom. It's great to see. Basil's thinking of going ampless.
What?
I agree, Holly.
Okay.
Like a step in the wrong direction.
Charles, miss your
Well,
brother.
the good thing about Basil going ampless means there's more amps for the rest of us that like
No.
amps. So you be you. I have no problem with that. It's like some people that if they want to go all digital, virtual, whatever, fine. And then you got people that just want to go completely analog. Fine.
You know what?
If it
One of my-
if it makes
one of
you
my-
happy and you think you have a better tone as a result, do it. That's it.
One of my favorite guys on YouTube is Steve from Boston.
Mm-hmm.
What he plays does not sound like a guitar to me.
Sounds not a fan of the modulated.
Not even a little bit. It sounds like a fucking typewriter to me. But I love him. He's a great guy, and you know, he's a great player. Absolutely a great player. He's a great guy. But his tone is no. As soon as he hits a note, I'm like, yay!
I mean, it's kind of like cotton candy, right? I mean, it does have certain characteristics, but it's not to be goodness.
If I had that coming back through my amp, I would throw up.
And some
I
people,
think
please, folks.
I think it's born out of convenience. I
Not
don't think
any
it's,
fight on him.
you know,
No,
I don't think it's that it's his.
No, Ben, Tom, I want to make it very clear that there's no slight on him at all.
No, I didn't think so. But what I'm saying is, I think that it's what's the term? Form fits function or something. I forget what.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
100%.
I think it's that kind of situation. You know.
It's fucking play and it comes
Okay,
in.
so now, if he plugged into your Metropolis amp and he went into a load box, Captor X or Sir Reactive Load, and played that, that would be like instant cum dream, right? Just fantastic.
Oh, what now? I'm talking about sticky sheets.
But if it sounds, it doesn't stand out to me as being phenomenal. But I never thought it sounded bad. I mean, me personally, I thought it sounded like someone using a modeler that like a digital amp.
Horrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the tone.
Ooh, okay. I got a question for you, Toneheads.
I mean,
H8
Steve has phenomenal phrasing, though. For me, like I kind of listen more, like I imagine in my head how it would sound through like a really, really good loud amp because I know he's a great player.
Yes.
But I think that I mean, honestly, I probably am like making adjustments in my head,
Yeah.
Well, you can't.
I don't think I'm hearing it objectively because I'm listening to his phrasing.
Yes. Fantastic. Everything he does, like when he
Here's
touches.
a question for you guys for a good tone.
Sorry.
HHS says he busks through, or they, I'm going to say, because I assume he, because it's Sauce Fest channel, busts through a Cube X, a Gretsch with P90s, thinking of a Dream amp modeled, suggestions. So what I would say to you guys would be, what do you think would be a great amp to pair with a Gretsch with P90s? Because that would be the amp he should model. I have an idea in my head. I'm curious, Tom, what would you model to pair up with a Gretsch with P90s?
So what tube amp or just
facsimile.
Physical amp in general.
Yeah, because basically, like if you had a Gretsch with P90s, what amp, if you have your choice of any amp that you would plug into for your tone for that guitar, and I'm coming to you two guys next on that too. So
I've got two words for answer.
Blues Junior. Yeah.
That's not my 2 words.
okay,
My 2
what's your
words are
words, Trey?
Malcolm Young.
like a mid 60s, like a 63 or
fucking
64 AC30.
You can't do that. That's not what he's
No,
after.
that's the tone he's looking for. He's going to model it and play it into a thing.
He's gonna model it so he can go somewhere and do this. He doesn't need it. It doesn't have to be a mid 60s. All right, we'll say a Guitar Center AC30. Is that fair?
There you go.
AC30 is a great choice.
Of course.
I like that idea. I like the Blues Junior as an option.
Just
I
like
was
a
thinking of
AC15. That's
myself.
for Pro Juniors AC15.
AC15. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of a Vibrolux myself.
Great choice.
Cool, yeah.
That might be a better choice, actually. You're right.
I would look at something Fendery or Voxy though, probably.
But the
Maybe,
thing
you know,
is,
or, Trev was thinking Marshally, but with the P90s,
You're not going to do it?
It'd work.
well, you know what though? Everybody has to know. It's when you
Yeah.
plug into something and you smile.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it doesn't matter if it's going
If
into
it makes you smile,
if it's going into a modeler and it makes you smile, then
blow your
do
brains
it,
out.
man.
And the Cube X, let's be honest, like those cubes are great for that, for busking. Like, come on, it's not like you're gonna, John, you love your amp, but you're not gonna haul the Honda generator from the previous conversation along with the BE100 to busk on a fucking street corner. It would look cool and badass.
Yeah.
I would take something like a katana or something,
Yeah.
The katanas are pretty versatile for what they are. I mean, under $500, you're fucking
Yeah.
cooking.
I mean, really, honestly, you guys got to look at the fact that, I'm an old man. I've been there.
God damn
I've
it.
done it. So I'm not sacrificing anymore. I refuse. I absolutely refuse. Good enough. Good enough is not good enough for me, ever. So
We got some feedback here. We got Fender Bassman votes. Good choice. Lauren says a Magnatone with a Gretsch with P90. Sure. Basil says a Princeton. I was thinking Princeton was my first night. I thought, no, let's go for the Vibrolux. Bass Breaker. Sure. Like that.
How's your
Joe Alba. Good to see Joe. Says Iridium on the Vox setting into a Class D power amp. Nice and light.
No, sounds like shit. Sounds like a blanket over the amp. It does. Sorry, I've done it. It sounds like there's a blanket over the amp. And it might be.
I like how you wait with Two's comment. Blow the change out of the parking meters with a BE100. Right?
Guys, I mean, I've gotten to that point where I can afford it, I can do it, and all the rest of it. So great.
Yeah.
But
Rolling jazz chords.
you don't need a BE100 to make good songs. You don't. Not at all.
What's happening, Bo?
There he is.
He is.
You guys are listening. Here I am.
Okay, so put it on a guitar and let's play some shit.
Oh,
Let's go.
Jesus. Take that for the after party.
I want to
That
jam
would be
with you. Folks. I want to jam with you and Tom. I really do.
The latency thing on the internet. I mean, we really got to get. We can remote control a car on Mars, but we can't.
Hey, how are you?
Playing with Tom will just school both. I think he will school me anyways with his passing tones and his jazz notes and everything that Tom can do. Yeah, I would feel privileged to be in a room with you, Tom.
Some Polly Walnuts.
Polly.
It's a recipe though, right? It's not like a competition. It's not a race. I guess.
At all. No, absolutely, right?
It's a recipe, right?
That's
About
the key.
sharing our love. It's about
That's
sharing our love together, right?
That's the freeze of the night right there, Tom. I am going to remember that.
That's right.
Thank you. It's a recipe. I need that on a T-shirt. It's a recipe, not a competition.
Really?
I like that.
You know
That
what?
I need more Tahoe Alien.
Yeah, for every minor third note I played, you would add a tonic passing note that would make it just that much better. I know that.
No, I'm so out of practice now that I probably wouldn't. I don't think I would add anything.
Come on.
I come right back
Come
to
on.
you, brother.
And I know this
Excuse
old
me.
boy here, fucking Bo
I'm
could
just glad
probably
I got to come home today.
right? But Bo would make us both look at him and go, "Yeah, man, yeah, dude, more, please."
Now, why would I do that?
Because you're an old man and you've been to
Doing
this.
it for a long
Yeah,
time.
exactly, right? You play the right notes. There's
bet.
only 12 of them, but you got the right ones.
I mean, I want to be in a bar in 1984.
Man, I counted in 3 days. They jabbed me 15 different places.
Ouch.
I showed my son. I was like, I literally look at like I have track marks. You can see the reflection of the red from all the spots. Like the whole way from my wrist, the whole way up my arm. I guess I have to. I mean, my arms are so thin now. I have to pick and choose like the spots. So she's like joking, like, ha ha ha, it's not like you have track marks. I'm like, ha ha ha, I work with children in school. Ha ha ha, it's not funny.
Yeah.
Okay, brother. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, man. Glad you're here.
Oh yeah, I'm not bothered. I was most pissed off that they wasted my weekend. And she was like, well, you should be happy, honey, you're alive. You got lucky. I'm like, no, it's still wasting my weekend.
May have been a little cranky because he didn't have his dab right nearby. Just
I literally had no coffee for 72 hours. It was the worst.
the coffee more than the
You're
weed.
really worried about all that
Well-
bullshit instead of playing?
You're not gonna.
Well, I'm sorry, what did you say, John?
Are you really worried about all that bullshit instead of playing?
All that bullshit?
Yeah.
There was nothing I could do in that room. I was stuck with like
and just to
machines hooked up to me.
not to be insensitive, but I've been in a hospital before with heart monitors on and all the rest of it. The only
Right.
thing I think about is playing my guitar.
I couldn't do that because I had the wires hooked up to me.
Me
Yeah.
too.
But
Me
when
too.
when you were sitting there with the wires hooked up to you, where was it you wanted to be? If you could click your heels and go somewhere, was it in front of your
All I wanted to do was be home.
with your sons and your family?
Yeah. I just wanted to be in my home. All the stress went away the second I got home.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
hate being in hospitals. I spent 6 weeks in hospitals in 2022.
Yeah.
Too many. Too many. Ugh.
It's a worthy investment
That's a
if it
long
keeps you
time,
here.
man.
The frustrating part is I didn't stay in for 72 hours for health reasons. I stayed in 72 hours because they were 72 hours behind on their single MRI. And if you leave the hospital, you get out of line.
Okay. So you got home, you turned your guitar on, your cranks, because you have a
Good stuff.
the Les Paul, the best Les Paul ever. What's it called?
Hmm.
What's your best Les Paul? It's I can't remember the break. And you put that in front of your amp and you play it. Does that not make you like, okay, I'm back home? No.
Oh, you make them get
is
to
a
number
purple
one.
beat.
Well, it's the number
Say it
one for
again.
now, anyways, or right now.
Say it again.
Anyway, let's move on.
Well, we got more than a few comments. We still got 82 people watching. Where was it?
Everybody off.
Tom, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Eddie Fay asked, Tom, glad you're okay. Also, I'm inspired that you play guitar, and I'm curious because I notice your index finger looks a little janked. I'm paraphrasing. Do you play lefty? Either way, I'm amazed.
What was the
Hey, guys.
last thing you said? It broke up.
Do you play lefty? Either way, I'm amazed.
No, but I'm left-handed, like Ben.
Left-handed but play righty. Oh, hello.
My grandson, it's his birthday today.
Happy
No
birthday.
way, it's your birthday.
Thank you.
Nice. How old are you?
Happy birthday.
You're 12?
He's 12.
I work with 12-year-olds. I work with 7th graders.
Nice.
So some of my 7th graders are 12 and some are 13.
You can let them know, Bo, 84 people are saying happy birthday to him.
But that's
And
a cool
I have-
age, Bo.
You are
Well,
like,
that's a fun age. I work with kids that age.
And I have a 10 and 12-year-old at home, so I work with them every day.
Oh, very
Okay.
cool.
I just want to say here, apparently Charles 75N is gracing the keyboard with his presence. He says, sorry I've been quiet, but it was binding a telly. Yo, Ben Tom.
Hey, what's up, Charles?
A worthy excuse, Charles. You do you, man. Your work is amazing.
Oh, excuse me.
I kind of want to buy him a new router bit, though. I mean, there shouldn't be that much burning on the edges there. You need to clean up your bit or buy a more expensive bit.
Either that or maybe that's what happens after you do several thousand of them, right?
Well, you got to slow down the speed and your feed rate a little bit. If you get
I
burning,
know. I'm just joking.
Hey,
Well,
George.
you're in. Let's get something going. Bo,
I did that on my very first one. My very first, I don't know, probably 10 of them. And then I stopped using them, so I'd probably do it again if I started using them again. You know, gotta get that feel for it.
And by the way, John, I can hear Bo playing, and I love it.
who's that? What?
Well, John was commenting last night on a call. He's like, I've never heard Bo play. I want to hear Bo play. I'm like, I can hear Bo playing, and I love it.
Yeah.
Just gotta keep,
I
just
tried.
gotta keep talking.
so what's it going to be? The JCM 2000 or the 900? Yeah, 900. Soldano? What do you got there? A little EVA?
I got
Actually,
this
both of
small
the
box coming in tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
So, Bo,
I want to hear that.
when you
I
turn
want
an
to
amp
small box.
on,
What comes in.
which one is it?
Which one?
See a hippie?
Yeah, which one do you
My
turn
friend.
on?
Was the JCM.
Which one? What? I didn't hear you.
When you turn an amp on, like you sit
Yeah.
down, you want to get some noise going. Which is the amp that you turn on?
What's your go-to?
The Marshall TSO 100,
Yeah.
JCM 100. I'm able to do 25 watts, not very loud, and she sounds great. But
Yeah.
at 100, I mean, she's
Loudest.
a Marshall raw. Okay, I mean, just a regular Marshall. I think
Sure.
she's better than the 410 that I have. So it's a
I
three
still
channel.
wanna hear
It's
you.
got the crunch, the red. And
Cheers,
the red.
Billy. Have a good one, my friend. See you tomorrow.
Cheers,
I so want to hear your Metropolis amps.
William Bologna.
Tom?
You only call him that when he's in trouble.
Have you guys? I got a Johnson Millennium here. Did you ever use one of those?
Pardon?
No,
Johnson Millennium.
never even heard of it.
It's a great amp. It's one of those Fender that's not a reissue, but like
Yeah, please.
they only lasted for a few years. But it's a beautiful amp.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I figured you would,
You
Tom.
seen one, Tom? Before?
I've only played one a handful of times. I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't be able to give you a clear picture of what it sounded like. I don't remember. I remember it looked nice, but I 100% have to be honest. I don't remember what it sounded like.
It's kind of an amp that had a Digitech 2101 Artist built into it.
Oh, okay. I know that preamp. That's a good preamp.
Yeah.
That preamp was like late to the game, and so marketing was bad for it. But the actual preamp itself is pretty good. That circuit, the whole thing is based on. I mean, I thought it sounded good. I don't know anything about the circuit in it, but I thought if it's that circuit, I thought that preamp sounded good.
To answer Eddie Faye's question, he was asking, what's the multi-effect next to you? And it is, in fact, a Helix. He says it resembles a Helix. That's because it's a Helix.
I run the Helix. It has 4 FX loops behind it, so I'm able to take every amp here and switch, so it acts as a switcher, amp switcher on the Helix itself.
In you go. Hey, come on. In you go.
Graphite and Cigars is asking Bo, what Carvin amp is that behind you?
MTS 3200. I also have two XB 100s. They're up there.
We'll talk about it though.
And one XB 60 too as well. Yeah.
I'm just going to minimize John for a minute.
Why? He's the one that wanted me here.
Well, there's a reason.
Okay.
Just in case his pants drop while he's doing stuff.
Oh,
You see? Well, yeah, John's kind of.
John is astronomy, so he's looking at the star positions right now and trying to calculate the next time that the comet's going to come by here.
No, I'm not.
I'm pretty sure that's the first on the channel, Tom. I'm pretty sure.
Just
sure.
Good
Bo's
day.
been around since day one. I can pretty much guarantee you haven't seen that on this channel before. So kudos, John. That's a first, and we just surpassed the 5-year anniversary of the channel. So there we go. Breaking new ground after 5 years. Perfect. Yeah, Kurt 5150 in the house, apparently, because I see Charles saying hi to him. But
Marked it at 1 hour and 22 minutes.
There's Kurt.
It's going to be a clip on the internet.
Another one of the bottle washers over Under the Bus Network.
Oh, Kurt. Good to see you.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I could have brought you a bottle of whiskey out, I guess.
You should have.
No, you're going in.
My wife, guys.
Excellent. Nice to meet you.
All right.
Nice to meet you. Now it's time to go to work, make money. Somebody wants a guitar.
Yeah.
God.
Well, I've heard that about him on occasion. Maybe.
Okay.
It was quick in and out.
George is asking you, Bo, do you have your cabs in another room?
They're in front of me on this side and this side.
I'm slow.
There's 4 on this side and there's 4 on this side. Or, yeah, 2 half stacks or 2 stacks here and 2 stacks there.
Even in the water
Ooh,
bottle,
gentlemen.
we're still waiting for Bo to do the pan with the webcam so we can see these walls that are loaded. with
You know
things.
what? I'll probably hook up next time. I'll hook up the other camera because I'm
I
able to
think
do
you
that.
said that 2 months ago. Yeah, I'll hook it up and we can spin around.
Yeah, or just log in with a phone or something, and that'll work.
We'll see.
See? Yes.
Where's the input?
Thank you.
That's both ways.
Voices of reason. Inquiring minds want to know. So if you want to see that, you'll have to click the join button down below, folks, because that's a pay-per-view option.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or Patreon
Yeah, there you go. Pay per view.
That's right. That's pay-per-view content. We just don't show that stuff off willy-nilly here, folks. Yeah.
Oh, my cabs are over there, over here. And I said, well, even in the Water Buffalo Club, we're still waiting for Bo to do the panorama.
This is what I call double doozy.
Because
Bo's
that's where all the
gotta
good
play.
stuff is.
We got to get a live stream going where Tom, Ben,
Josh Tamberg says Bo OnlyFans. Yep, there you go.
Bo,
Sign up. I'll buy that for $1.
Bo's the man. Well, we gotta get a live stream going where I'm playing and Ben's playing and Tom's playing and Bo's playing.
Well, just wait till the studio's complete in the spring.
Exactly. Once the studio is complete.
Hopefully.
Always Bo. Always Bo.
Ultimately, we're going to go see it in person one day.
Yeah.
Well, that's
That would be
that's
awesome.
the plan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 75 people watching. We'll go for a while yet.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine Tom playing his Metropolis, me playing my BE 100, and Bo playing whatever the fuck he's got going over there, and Ben playing his Fender with your stack thing, and that would be epic, man. No,
Oh yeah.
Just trading back and forth, right?
Let's just say the neighborhood will definitely hear us.
So I guess we need a drummer and a bass player. Is that what
Just
you're
doing
saying?
that.
I got Ben here.
Yeah,
Just
a lot of
doing
guitar players, no drums, no keys. Someone forced to play
a
bass.
little blue box chord type of thing, back and forth.
My
Great.
brother plays drums.
Perfect.
Just the tonal differences.
You get a USB mouse?
Mouse? No.
Mouse in the house. Whiskey o'clock again.
I'm gonna have to get going, gentlemen.
This is
Alrighty, Tom. Thanks for stopping in, brother.
Right now, I don't.
We'll text.
Thanks for having me.
Next time, keep a fella in the loop, you know.
Yeah.
Wasn't
It was
any karma vibes and shit, but
fluid
apparently you survived regardless.
Tom's leaving.
It was a very fluid situation.
I can imagine.
So, all right, gentlemen, we'll have a great evening.
Tom,
You-
good seeing you.
Good.
Love you.
All right,
Love
gentlemen.
you, my friend.
Love you, man.
Good seeing you.
100%.
All right, take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. I don't know how this works.
Turn the fucking shit off and let's go.
Nice.
What do you got there, Bo?
Looks like a Les Paul kind of thing.
What's that?
Was that a carbon?
Can you bring down the Explorer, the Carina again, just for a minute?
You want to see the Explorer?
I mean, if anyone's making requests, I guess I was the first in line.
I have to dig that one out. Well,
Okay. I mean, it was pretty handy the last time you grabbed it.
that was on this side. Now it's over there.
What do you got
See, it's
there?
out of rotation. It got its turn. Now it goes to
What's
the back
in-
of the line. And has
What's
You
in
got
your
to
pot?
do that in wintertime.
What's in your pot now, Bo?
Oh, this is a carbon.
Yeah,
carbon. Nice. Next.
you're a big
Look at
carbon
that.
guy, eh?
So
Two, three,
D400 anniversary, 50th anniversary.
beautiful quilt on that. Look at that. Or you guys call it flame, right?
Where's
The
the
flambe.
back of it?
I love the Nexter thing with the dark wood is maple or whatever it is in the
Maple
From a
walnut.
woodworker point of view, that's
The
beautiful.
sides here are completely beveled. I mean, it's all beveled, very rounded off. So,
BC Rich 581 just had a heart attack. That's fine.
did he?
Charles probably had 7 heart attacks already.
Oh, Charles, that's why. Yeah, we don't know how small the Telecaster is. How many times he's routed this binding and stuff. We don't know. Video to follow. The weird thing is, I'm thinking he's probably got to be shooting the video while watching. So, what does he have us on closed caption? How's he working on that? Or are we playing in the background?
Got a mixer
Hello,
board,
this is
a couple
Charles' video.
phones and shit.
There
Charles
you go,
Green.
Bo. Bo, give her, man.
And Charles Green. I mean, send him the link. He should pop in for a minute. Love you, Charles.
Yeah,
So
Charles.
good to have
Charles
him.
is around there, Ben. Send him the link.
We'll save Charles for another night, guys. Easy.
Okay.
Easy. It's
Yeah,
about
it's okay.
you guys.
He kind of
Yeah,
multitasking.
yeah.
You know.
Charles is here.
He's in the
Charles
chat.
is in the chat. It's like we're already like 3/4 of the way through the show, John. We're good. You
No,
know,
we're not.
we got to talk about you a bit. How about we do that?
You're thinking broadcast versus.
It's colder than a nun's cunt out here.
What now? Now, you see, in England, that's not as bad as it is in North America because
Sorry,
the C word there is commonplace.
You could be sitting here, but you're not. You're sitting there. But that's lifestyle choices right there.
Ben, you got me. Yeah, you got me on that one. But it is still fucking, which is titty cold here.
So now that the unobtainium's on the way, John, what's going to be the next purchase?
Is probably the atomic modeler.
What now?
So look at Michael Nielsen's
Mm-hmm.
newest thing. It's like a an H9 or a it's like a Helix, the Helix floor model, right? So if for some reason my amp goes down, I've got something.
Push a button and make it go.
Yeah, exactly.
A Friedman go down? Come on.
Well, exactly, right?
That's a hard crash, isn't it?
Not expecting it. Not expecting
All right,
it.
so just came in on the phone device, John, directly for you, directly from Charles Green. He loves you, you rock, and he will be talking to you soon.
Yeah, Charles. We got lots to say to each other.
Yeah, right on.
I love you, my friend. But yeah, no, it's like an HX stomp, right?
God damn it.
So it just goes on the board. So we get the unobtainium, the whatever it is. The fuck is it? Atomic.
Yeah.
This shit's so fucking expensive, though, right?
I know. It's getting ridiculous. What's up, small mouth guy?
Yeah.
HH, has anyone gone through the nightmare of finding a studio to record a demo? Find a decent person on the board? Myself, I've only recorded once, and it was started out as a demo, turned into an album because of efficiency. And no, because we had a business manager that said, okay, find a studio in Toronto to record a demo in. And I was being a smart ass, John, because I said, Metalworks, best studio in Canada these days, last 20 years. See if you can book us in there. Okay, done. Which studio want? What? Okay, Studio One, because it's got the Neve console. You can fart through that thing and it's going to sound like $1 million. The proper gear, as you said, John, the proper gear.
Yeah.
Neve console.
It will highlight every mistake that you have in your gear.
It will.
If you have any kind of mistake in your gear, it will show it in spades.
A good troubleshooting tool, Ben.
It's an expensive troubleshooting tool.
It is. And there's a reason Long and McQuaid has a location with a huge rental department just down the street.
100%, right?
They're not idiots. They're not idiots.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're a guitar player and you're Pete Thorne confident in your tone, you'll do okay. If you're anything less, you're fucked. 100% fucked. 100%.
Yeah, that literally happened with our bass player. He went to lay down on the first track, and we're like, "Your bass sounds like ass."
Well,
Go
not
and
even
rent the bass. Come back.
the guys go in there with a guitar tone that's great in the bedroom, but it's not great with a bass player. It's not great with
The drums, the mixing.
yeah. No, it's horrible, right? And I
To
mean,
answer Patrick Trait, all three members of Triumph still own Metalworks.
Wow.
Last as of when I was there about 5 years ago,
yeah,
6 years ago, all three members still owned parts of it. Because they also run a school there, Metalworks Institute, which is a guitar institute, but for recording. Learn how to become a recording engineer.
Oh, that's cool.
my guitar tone is so fucking annoying by itself. Makes you want to throw up almost. But put it in a mix. It's a Pete Thorne thing. It really is. Pete Thorne has it down, right? He's done it for fucking 30 years.
Yep.
Why would I think about anybody else in the world outside of him? He's done it. He's done it. So you know what? I hit a G chord and it's fucking brash. It's terrible. It sounds like shit. Put it in a mix with the bass. It's the best thing you ever heard. Minus, little tweaks here and there. But
Yep. It's all about the mids for me.
mids are a huge thing, right? But your high end is something else, right? it's something that you need to dial in.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in my little
People
shop.
like we do not like it. We don't like it. It sounds like shit, but put it in your mix. It sounds fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear like JJ's mix from 6 months ago. They sounded horrible. It's like, where the fuck is your guitars, right? And then he started doing his real mixes. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, there it is.
Different
Right?
stages of
Exactly. Thank you, Kurt. 72 thumbs up. Exactly, Michael Gross. The bass in your guitar sound just clutters things up, right? Because you're starting to override frequencies.
Yeah. And you get that noise cancellation thing. I mean, that whole science in itself is kind of amazing when you think I can cancel out this whole thing that's coming at you by hitting it with a counteractive from this side. Of course, for every action, there's an equal and opposing reaction.
No, when I hit an F chord, it's got to sound crangy and barky and all the rest of it. It needs to sound like shit, really. But you put you put an Ampeg bass amp where he's hitting that fucking he's hitting that low note. All of a sudden, it sounds like $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that nobody gets. Because they think they have to have their present or their bass up and they have to have their resonance up. And no, turn that shit off. It's the worst fucking thing. It's great for the bedroom, right? So if that's all you're doing,
That's all I'm doing.
yep, then do it.
I scoop the shit out of the mids. I
Yeah.
cut the treble down to about 50%. I crank the bass up to 75%. I mean, I want to feel it. And with that said, I'm usually playing at 3 or 4. I only get drunk once in a while and will dine my heart. It's a glorious experience.
Ooh.
Good.
What's that?
But for me, as a player,
Yeah.
Player.
well, it is. I'm sorry, you are.
Look at him.
What?
Whoa!
Yes.
Another Corbin
Who
note.
gives a fuck?
Give a fuck. Look at that. There's another.
Yeah,
How many
looks-
cartons do you have? It's
It
like,
looks beautiful, bro.
A lot. I have a lot of carbons.
what's with the back of the neck? Why did it kind of go fluorescent there?
But me as a good player,
Kurt.
It's just,
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna
that's
take.
the color of it.
Yeah, it's a blue burst.
Yeah,
Blue
it's a little
color.
worn here from usage, but
That's awesome.
Yeah.
it's got a Wilkinson tremolo on it.
What now?
Wilkinson.
Eddie Van Haskell.
Tremolo?
Yep.
Tremolo? Is that a potato thing? I never heard.
Yes.
Sounds just like a telly.
Nice. I
Well,
like.
word on the street is I'm supposed to get a telly.
You're the telly for Trev. You're the
But
telly.
if I get a telly with a Floyd, that checks off 2 boxes. Just saying, John 5.
All right, checks off half a box because that's only sort of a telly. Until you have an actual single coil Telecaster,
With
or at
ashtray.
least humbuckers with coil tap, at least or coil split or something like that. Yes.
Oh, warm it up. Oh, we're blurry. There we go. Bo's playing. You wanted Bo to play. Here he is. I know you want him to plug in, but later.
Yeah, I won't be able to do that, but next time I gotta leave like in 10 minutes. So
Of course.
He says he'll be back. He'll be back. But he didn't say it.
I'll be back. Yeah,
You will.
if you guys are still here.
We'll go for a little while. Anyways, yeah. We'll wrap up the show soon, but we will be hanging out afterwards.
Okay, that sounds
Yeah.
cool.
It happens, folks. After hang parties, they happen. Just saying.
You gotta buy the ticket.
Yep.
We do.
Buy the ticket. Exactly.
Ticket to ride.
What's up, Urban Fireside Studio? You missed a lot. There's all kinds of conversations. All
Herb,
kinds. And guest appearances.
Turn your bass down. That's the one thing I can give to everybody in the chat. Turn your bass down.
it's not going to happen, John. I love my bass. I'll fight you right now in front of all these people.
If you think it's great, it's not great.
I do compromise at home. I turn up a bit of the resonance on this amp, but I leave the Fender no low end at all. So it's still cutting regardless.
Turn all
Full
the
sound. But if I'm gigging, the resonance is getting turned down. Because that's what the bass player's for. They can do those notes and frequencies. And
Yeah.
God damn it. That seems to be happening frequently.
Why does that happen?
No, I'd say
we missed so much. We laughed. We cried. We didn't know what the hell was going on. Yep. That's pretty much my life.
that's the biggest thing. You hit a G chord and you think you got the best tone. Turn your bass down, please. Just turn it down.
Eddie Face says, I suppose that means 7-string guitars ain't John's favorite.
No, absolutely not. But turn your mids up to 7. And you know what though? A big 7-string, with the low C is fucking great. It's absolutely great. It is. But what they do is they scoop the mids completely out, so there's no tone. Turn your mids up. Yeah, turn your mids up with a 7-string. And then
That's
you'll
why I
have
play.
to put the gain down because all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, it makes it sound more like a baritone.
Look at him blow.
Or as a baritone should.
Both playing. You're right. A little speculation about how both could play.
That's true, Jax. It would have been funny if the lights went out when we were discussing generators earlier. This is true.
Well, the funny thing with StreamYard is that Ben would disappear and we'd still be here. It's like,
Yeah.
what do you do when the host disappears? You kill time. You play guitar. Right, Bo?
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
Sounding good, brother. Sounding good.
What's up, dog? Here, sit down.
Ryan Hall asked, wasn't that a song? Turn up your mids.
It's not going to happen.
Trevor will leave the mids for other guitar players.
When you're
Yeah, really?
2 feet away from your
then,
fucking.
then you're not even a guitar player then. If your mids are down, you're not a guitar player. You're not.
That's a bold statement.
Stay tuned, folks.
You're not. Okay, do it. Anybody, I challenge anybody on this chat. Turn your mids down to 0 or 2 or 3 or whatever.
It's got to be about 11 o'clock. I mean, you got to have something. But no, okay. How about you get yourself a nice 10-band EQ and you put it in the fucking loop and you start sculpting your tone there.
So yeah,
I mean, there's this lamb chopper guy from Australia. He does this shit where he's got the 6-band in the front, and it's like I'll pull the mids down in the front, and then I'll put them back up in the back, and after the preamp, and
but it's
he
all
nails some good tones, man.
but it's all
3HH.
It's all mids.
Is it right?
Seen a few ums in the chat. The opinions of John are not necessarily those of this channel.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's.
Some people are hard to please.
I think Jerry has a fair amount of mids.
Do me a favor. Just take your mids knob and turn it up to 7 and try. Try. No, if you don't like it, then turn it back down.
I've done it. I mean, I started everything at 12 o'clock. And then you boost everything to 3 o'clock. And then you start to turn some things to make stuff. And it always turned down. The mids just past noon, treble right around noon. The bass is at 3, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, for your
Gains
bedroom.
at about 50%.
For your bedroom setup.
No, this is for the 2 412s in the shop at about loud enough to rattle the neighbors' windows.
That's true, Paul. Mids have all the tones.
Bedroom setup.
But I'm just playing a guitar. I don't have a bass and a bunch of drums and
Nope.
shit coming into.
You should almost hate your own guitar tone.
I really wish I would have brought the head out here. We could have turned in the JCM 900 and said, "Okay, John, make the best sound you can out of it." And he would have got pissed off and started probably kicking it and stuff. Fucking JCM 900.
No, I would have got your power tubes working and turned your preamp.
Well, that's the
down.
beauty of being on 5 acres when you have no neighbors. I mean, we could turn it up. Wife's gone. Kids are out of town.
Right.
You know what? And you know what? I could be totally wrong, right? If you guys like the big mid scoop thing, then fucking go for it. Go for it, right? You know, I'm just saying for me personally, I like my mids way the hell up. And my bass all the way down.
But
I like that hump. I don't like it's not a tube screamer hump. It's not that fucking nonsense.
I'm tempted to go into the other room and take a picture of where his knobs are at.
Go for it. Go for it.
Oh, this one's out too.
Now Bo's entered PRS territory.
Oh,
He's gone from the West Coast over to the East Coast.
Is Doug here? Is Doug in?
Yeah, I think, Doug Strong was in here earlier.
Yeah. And
Unless one of the kids dragged him away.
Next time I'll bring some of the top 10s I have.
No, it's really up to you. You know what? If you got something, doesn't matter. Does not matter. If you know what you get
it comes
there.
back to the smiles on your face.
Exactly right. If you get there and you go like yes, that's it.
Charles Green is loving that PRS.
Not bad.
Is he? Has he seen it? Hey.
But I
Here we go.
do guarantee everybody.
That is a
Okay.
nice top.
I'm on a mission. I'll be back.
Very nice.
If your mids aren't up, you're
It is a hollow body though, so it's a semi-hollow anyway.
Very nice. We'll go a few more minutes here, folks, and then wrap things up. Okay, at the top of the hour. It's been a fun show tonight. Apparently, Trev's got the amp cover off. He just wanted to show us that. I don't know why.
Oh.
But
He's in my room. Dirty bastard. Look at him.
All right, so here's John's settings. This.
Yeah.
oh, like I can read that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even see that.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you gonna do about those mids there, John?
Exactly.
What you didn't see is Trev lowering the mids while he's in the room. Ever so slightly.
It does not fucking matter.
And now I have the $300 bottle of whiskey.
One bit. If you like it, then do it. Who cares? I'm just telling you, as a guy that's played live for 30, 35, 40 years, if you don't have your mids up, you're not going to be heard. That's it.
Yep.
The only
I get it.
Yeah.
It comes back to the difference in, being by yourself versus being in band setting.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is a pretty comfy little pilot chair you got set up here, John. Gotta say, first time I put my ass in these.
You got to have a comfortable couch for jamming.
This is true.
We'll grab one of the guitars there, Trev.
Eeny, meeny. Oh, how about this? Remove
How
my
about
glove.
it? He's getting serious. The gloves are off, folks. The gloves are off.
Yep. I don't know what he's grabbing. What's he
Uh-oh.
grabbing?
There you go.
See?
What
Look
the
at-
hell else would I be
Go at
grabbing?
home. It's perfect, Trev. Playing a G chord.
He can't
Perfect.
play it to save his life, but yeah, it's good for him.
I had to do it. There's a telly within arm's reach. What are you going to do? Because he had to have one. There's a Strat that's similar, but
No, but you got to have a telly in the arsenal. You never know when you need a telly.
you keep telling me that.
No.
Well, I figure at one time you're going to listen. I'm just saying. I'll keep saying it. And then one of these days, you're going to look what I got. I'm like, perfect. I don't have to say it anymore.
Now you see, I got my fingers on this thing, and there's no way this is a 9.5-inch radius. John, this is a what's the radius on your telly? It's
1.5 to 16.
Oh, it's compound. Beauty. Oh, that explains it. That explains it. Yeah.
Exactly, Michael. You always need a telly. If I can impart one thing of wisdom on YouTube, it's everyone needs a telly.
100%. Everybody needs a telly.
Another thing is John has expensive picks all over.
I have both kinds of. I have expensive picks and free picks. Those are all the picks I have.
What's a free pick?
I've been
Free
going
picks
for
are
the
NAMM shows, and people send me picks. Like our friend Brad Guitar Miller at Pedal to the Metal Guitar.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There you go. Ben's got a fishbowl full of picks.
I used to. It's going down. Haven't been to a trade show in 3 years, Trev. The bowl's gone down. But I've been using the Master 8 picks out of Japan now for a couple of years, and I'm digging them. This one's pretty chewed up, mind you.
I go with the Dunlop Heavy 1 mil.
Heavy serrated edge on that. I don't know if that'll show up on camera or not. Probably not.
I like the point on that. I mean, I like more of a point than more of a round.
That's worn down too, quite a bit actually. That's very worn down.
See, that's pretty sharp.
Was sharper.
John, do you see that? Bo's playing. What's John doing? He's looking at the phone.
Yep.
Michael Cressley's those picks are supposed to stay there, Ben. They're not free samples. Oops. Yeah, I do pick scrape a lot.
Those pigs cost more than your fucking car, so never mind.
Ryan Hall says we all need to have as many guitars as we have room for. Or sometimes they spill into other sets.
No.
I don't play by the rules.
That's a good statement, but you have to have as many guitars as you can use.
That's a funny one.
That's a laugh. I love it.
It make me laugh.
Every one of my guitars,
See, I've heard.
Trav's in the room. He can show you. I only have guitars that are usable.
I'm balls deep into the action on your telly. All of a sudden, I'm like, why is the action on this telly half the fucking action? It's close.
Okay. Got
It
it.
is. So Bo's got to head out. We need to wrap things up, actually.
Yeah.
It's been a great show tonight.
Awesome time hanging out with you guys.
Great having Trev and John and Bo and Tom, everybody.
Guys.
And great crowd in the chat tonight. Y'all have been awesome. And thanks. Special shout out to anyone that did contribute to the generator fund. Yeah, that's what that's going for. Generator.
Good idea.
I'll be back with Trev, assuming he survives tonight. He'll be back tomorrow night with myself and Terry doing Canucks with Guitars live Q&A.
I'm Brett.
And then, I don't know, videos this week. And then we'll be back next Sunday with a guest that I have to book between now and Sunday. Perfect. Totally flaked on doing that, Trev. Damn.
I got some ideas.
I've been otherwise busy outside of YouTube. That's the problem. So on that note, hold those doors open. Let Trev head in traffic because he's late to get back to work. He's spent all his
I'm
time.
on my way to get a Teddy.
back.
Get out of my way.
Yeah. And then, because Charles 75N is real.
Yes, he is.
Yep. And so on that note, be good, be well, and of course, don't litter, because littering will drop your mids by 14%.